What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. In this particular video, y'all, we'll be reviewing, recapping Black Ink Crew Chicago Season 1, the finale. Even though it's two different parts, we kind of can just merge it together. You know what I mean? But shout out to my YouTube fam, and Happy New Year's. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed, glorious, joyous New Year to everybody. And shout out to my YouTube fam. You know, for my YouTube fam, don't forget to, you just subscribe if you like what you see, and like and share, comment. I'm hard headed with comments, y'all. I am eventually gonna be, catching up my comments in the last 2 months. But I do read every comment, y'all. And clean up the troll holes. But yeah, anyways, y'all. In this particular last 2 episodes, it kind of ended at a bittersweet moment. At the end, which I ain't gonna lie, I started crying, tears coming out the eyes and stuff with Van. As Cousin Nika said, we all know he's serving his time. Y'all don't know now about the Instagram thing. He did have to take a plea deal, and he was found, guilty. But because the choices were, he of course was trying to get probation, because I think in the first scene, Ford, went with him down there. And, Van went there by himself. And when he came out, he couldn't get probation. And what they were offering him is, the lowest thing is that he goes to boot camp for about, 4-something months, if not take a trial. Here go Ford talking about, maybe you should go take it to trial. Now, here's the problem with that is, when you take it to trial, that means a jury. And already, with him already having prior records, which is the reason why he's in kind of the fuckery anyway, being caught with a gun. Let alone be caught with a gun, even though the laws have changed and stuff to a certain extent. But him having on that record, he's already considered a stereotype as a black man, and he already has something on his record on prior to that. And then on top of that, you also have the judgmental things, because the first time I think I was seeing Van's head, I think, and he has tats on his head, and he's a tattoo or tats. So, now to me, people look at you like, you got tats, and you just, all this negative stuff, you just got, I'm saying, I can understand that, even though most of my tats are not on there, I know I'm just ranting, y'all, but I wanted to get this out before New Year's Eve because I will be partying with him. But yeah, so it's like this. Ford talking about because they'll easily give him at least 2 years or more. And already, even though he has 4 months, he admitted that he was thinking about taking Star, just going far away. And another scene when he finally tells his little girl in this cafe about what was going on. And it was just so sad because they started breaking down crying then. But, he felt the same way. He wished he could take his child out of the circumstances. And, keep, ban your parents, keep your hairs up, whatever. Me go start a charity and, try, at least I would if I have, opportunity, not backstab my arts, I said it again. But that would be ill, to get one day, get a tap from him. Maybe Ryan, maybe Cat. Well, I got to think about it. But, and save up. But at the same time, people could be like, well, yeah, it's only 4 months. He shouldn't be complaining, woo, 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 and he's going to boot camp. But at the same time, it's a mentality thing. Yeah, it's only 4 months compared to what he will get. And I mean, you have to look at that, at looking the good versus the bad. But I ain't trying to even stay even 1 second in a motherfucking jail cell or in a fucking boot camp, let alone so many days. Because the first thing, you going by somebody's note, you hear about the stories about, or new people about it, like if they didn't have, money on the books and shit like that to get certain food, and just keep the mentality. Your freedom is taken. Somebody else has another fucking hold of that shit. Whether it's military school or if it's jobs itself, you're not sleeping on one of them sleep number beds and nothing like that or whatever. Not even a fucking air mattress. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go further on with that. So it's understanding, like, yeah, it may not have enough time, and I know what we're trying to just was like, nigga, no, Negro, no, we ain't about to have that. If you think like he's gonna go to trial for something, where it's already set up where the minute they look at his record, he really doesn't have a chance. So he has to take the time out to still stay away from his daughter and, from his fam. I don't know, all the background fam. Maybe to go more development once by to come with season 2. Most likely they probably will come out season 2 with this. So, at the end of the last scene, because I don't feel like crying again. The last scene of the part 2 finale was him, all the fam, including his daughter. He was saying, he was talking to her in the car, he's going to be strong, he's going to be healthier, he's going to do his more drawing. And then when he comes back, he's going to, teach her how to draw. And he's like, so you have a minor, setback for a major comeback. And that was an awesome thing to say. And was just, saying everybody, he was hugging Star, he didn't want to let her go. And, how everybody's going to, help her out with the starter when he's gone. And, it was just a sad ending. But everybody was there. Everybody, including Kat and everybody, we'll get in that. So, just about whatever. And he was the ghoul of the shot, even though despite the little head-on thing that had the Kat thing, he still was, part-time bodyguard and, stuff like that. But he kind of was also the one of the mentors, kind of like kept everybody, like the mediator. Yeah, the mediator of the NYMAG. So, yeah. So, because I think it was 2 months later when they actually had started, later on when they did the last, I guess, part after the sentencing that, he went in. So I don't know, if he just started last month or whatever. So Brother Man will be out by probably, about spring? Probably, probably no later than springtime at the most. But, yeah. But so, anyways, the next thing we're going to talk about real quick is the Danielle and Terrence and the fuckery with that. Now, we have it where you talk to Charmaine, this is after Kat has, on the fourth floor. And she's talking to Charmaine like she feels like, so it also leaves a question mark. I don't know if she's putting on pause to talk to Ryan or, or just going to take the time to be by herself for a second and just call it a day. Which technically the way Terrence been playing, she's been a lot of times been on herself, by herself, just waiting and even put on hold. And so she talked to Charmaine like she does want to be with Terrence, but she has to start to feel and realize that this Negro, it just got on some on hold shit, and just got on pause. And she only been with this dude out what she's like in her early 20s or borderline, like she's still in her early 20s, but maybe in 1 or 2 years eventually she's gonna get her mid 20s and stuff. But it's like don't throw your life away, whatever. Even if she don't decide to start be with Brian, whatever. It's just that don't do that to yourself. Terrence is up there fucking and get his life on and just have her on hold, whatever. And so she, talks to Jane, but she's like, she don't know if she's going to still stay with Ryan or try to stay, work out Ryan, and she don't know from there. So she meets up with Terrence, and he's basically like, oh, I'm ready to change to be like where I was when I was 16 and when we first started. And then, too, you don't want to be exactly, hopefully, where you were at when you were a teenager. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, but, go figure, that's just my opinion. But, he trying to take it back to where they were 16 years old, and I'm going to change, and woo. And Danielle was like, this is some bullshit. He was trying to finish his whole more last paragraphs of what he was trying to recite to her that he probably, saved in his iPad or some shit to tell her, like, I'm going to work it out, and woo, and this. And she's like, this is bullshit. I ain't got time for that. Why am I pretending? You're saying you're going to change, but you're not going to change. I don't want nothing with this relationship anymore. And then he kind of stopped, because first he was trying to say, wait, I want to get it in. But, this is something she has heard, like Sunshine Anderson. She has heard it all before as far as waiting. Sometimes she wanted to date with him with girlfriend, and he just always had her on hold. And this, that. And he's been able to get away with it, unfortunately, because she allowed it. And eventually, over time, he just continued the same cycle and just keeping, poor Danielle on hold. So anyway, y'all, we have another scene where, like I said, because a lot of it had to do with the charity event as far as up towards the end, and also celebrating God rest in heaven, the death of both, with Ryan's sister and also his niece, with the messed up tragedy with that situation. And as far as the increased gun violence in Chicago, and how unfortunately it's it's there, and reality trying to help stop some way, basically like just them trying to make a difference. Sometimes it takes only a couple people, couple boys, 2 boys, to make a difference in the community. And if and Lord willing is able to reach out to the communities and maybe across the states, whatever, you never know. So I wanted to go to the end because of, the Rex out. But here's the other thing. Now, Ford, was still working on his music, but like I said, he had thought about, like, when they're talking about this organization event, that he missed it, Kat, and realized she's a part of our family. She should be able to do this too. Now we've seen a couple tats on and off, a little bit more, back to usual. We've seen Kat with one client that he was very close to his grandfather. We've seen also Ryan get a tat. Also, he's already had 6 dedicated to his sister. Then it was a guy named Meyer, something like that, Bailey or something like that. I hope I don't get the man's name wrong. And was tagged to him. And they also gave some good advice about, with Kat, in terms of like like you have to learn, forgive, and get. He was in the business, yeah, you were there for family and stuff, but sometimes you basically hold on this anger, which we all know that's one of the main problems Ryan has. You have to learn to forgive your own self and move on. Basically about, handle how he sees Kat as a little sister, which I always perceive. I know I've seen on Instagram a couple people, and even a couple people that also, besides YouTube fam or fellow YouTubers, in the comments, you have people that figured that they were dating and whatever and stuff like that. But maybe I just was one of the few that kind of didn't think that. I felt like it was one of those things that because of the abandonment issues that he had with women, that that was out of his control. That's he looked at more so Kat as like little sister, instead of just saying he's worried about you going to abandon me because I have all these issues. And it was like he was taken out thinking she was leaving him. And again, here's another woman leaving him. And you notice Rachel has not appeared unless it's a bonus scene. We have not seen her since episode 2, and she really stayed off these episodes. And even Ryan has said once they had, because they have a celebration every year for his sister, since she passed away, and she wasn't there neither. So yeah, she was, she out in LA, getting her career together with her boys. So so we have it where, Ford, like I said, decides to talk to Kat. Kat feels like he had nerves to come here, whatever. Ford realizes like Kat is part of this family, and he realized that she is part of Nine Bag, and he kind of feels that he should have reacted differently when all that stuff went down there. And then he was talking to Kat in one scene, and he was basically letting her know, like, sis, I don't think he called her sis, but he was reminding her that, how Ryan and her need to talk it out. They're having a celebration with Nova, and that he looks, Ryan looks at Kat, as part of the fam. We look at you as fam, basically in the regular, like, we miss you. Even though we kind of went sideways, we still miss you. So, Kat, of course, was thinking about it. Now, like I said, it really wasn't that much. It was a lot of things, but it's not something you don't have to cover. So let's get into the Ashley Don situation real quick. Now, he takes her to Port something. Wasn't it a DR somewhere? Surprising her with this trip, right? And she decides to basically, was going to ask him again one more time. And by the way, not to bring some mess up, but let's go right ahead with it. Fucking. Now, Instagram and suggestions and stuff, I think I put Don's name in or something like that, or the tattoo, something like that, whatever. And hashtag, I don't know what it was, or Black Ink Crew. And it comes suggestion on the main screen. Now, I originally did not look at Don's allegedly, daughter that he had, who kind of looks like she could have been the same age or born around right before the time. She looks like the same age or a little bit older than DJ, only by a couple months. And the young, his ex, has been basically, at least that put 9 posts down and within on and off last couple weeks, the past couple months, and on and off call him everything for fuckboy, put it, side by side and say, how dare you deny your child, and all this other stuff or whatever. Woo, woo. I don't know if it's that who actually was saying like was cheating with, but he's denying that that's his child. And I don't know if she's cleared it up, but I just seen this was recently the week before last, that all this stuff where she's been making repeated posts about basically how Don is not claiming his daughter, So that, I don't know, that's gonna pop up in next season or not, but okay. But so Ashley, before I think she goes on this trip or afterwards, talks to because they've been on on bad terms ever since this damn boat trip. It sure wasn't a love boat then. So anyways, her brother is sitting there and basically seemed like giving her advice, but it's almost like, does he know how much he cheated? Well, I don't know what's going on here. But the way he was talking, like, it's still, do you feel like it's still not worth fighting for? You should fight for your family type thing. Woo woo. And because their mother, um, was one, their dad cheated on their mother, and her mother is had bitterness, and she's alone by herself, and whatever because of what happened to her. And as she keeps saying, as if he cheated in the beginning of the relationship or earlier. And I'm thinking like, I don't think so. And she still didn't know for sure, even though Charmaine was even telling her then, she still didn't seem to know that Charmaine was lying on her. And I'm thinking like, how many times has he been able to get away with this where he's been able to lie? Because I seriously doubt like he just cheated at the beginning of the relationship, and then there's questions about this the child, and then all of a sudden, here comes Charmaine, and then he just was spacing out like it's almost what, every other year or something. I don't know, but that's what the hell is kind of be edited. But get his heading as far as like, really? So we just gonna pretend. Oh, okay. So anyways, like I said, she talked to her brother. The brother's like, learn from your mom's experience. You didn't experience that, but look like a structure in your life, and you don't want to be like mom. But yeah, so you don't want to be like mom, and if she don't want to be like her mom, then sitting here take somebody who is cheating and is not trying to commit as far as being one-on-one in a relationship. And that's what you want, but that's not what he wants. And then he got, that damn Incredible Hulk issue and shit. She may not want to take, she may not want to take door number 3. Don't open that. So they go there, and she, he has romantic dinner. There's nice romaine lettuce and shit on the damn the plates. And then she basically decides that before we can move forward, because you hurt me and everything, even though she was so happy, surprised about this trip, she just wanted to move forward and ask him the truth. Did you have sex with Charmaine? And this is what this Negro said. Well, obviously, in calculations to the root of radius, and you also divide the pie. Oh, isn't that a full moon tonight? She like, will you tell me, had you have sex with Charmaine? Well, I basically, the Disney movie, my favorite Disney movie was Dumbo and Pinocchio back in the day. Nobody knew about that. And she repeated one more time. Did you sleep with her? And he like, well, I was wrong for the situation with Charmaine today. Oh, you like my watch? Did you sleep with Charmaine? Well, obviously, well, she's like, yes or no. Damn, blah, 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 this and that. They're bringing in the appetizers. This, and all this other stuff, and other stuff, and you have to realize it's worth it. Even though she just said that he just cheated on her, and it's talking about is of the past. It was only a couple seconds ago where like he just finished smashing Charmaine, and then he seemed like about to fucking beat her ass up and stuff like that. Because of that. But I'm just like, what the hell? Okay, but he's still telling to be with Dean. You got 4. It's like, make it work for the family. So they end up making it work for the family, like making it work in the end. He ends up like they're at the table. She wanted him to come, come talk to her. And again, she started crying, saying, I'm feeling hurt, all this other stuff, whatever, right? And all of a sudden, like I said, here you come with the ring. Well, I want you to have this, and just slide the ring to her. Ain't no damn. At least get on your knees, brother, just for once again. I'm just like, really? I'm just like, why? And then she accepted the ring like this. Did she really kind of say yes? She just kind of like did this, and he just put the ring on. But like I said, it was kind of a scary proposal. Like, no, this ain't no joke. This ain't no surprise. This ain't no game. This ain't no entertainment. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then when he took it, and then Ashley's confession was like, I can't see myself without Don. And I want DJ to have a daddy. But like she said last night, she could have stood up to. They could have just co-parent and called it a day. And, take it from there. And just hope for the healthiest, most positive, co-parenting they have. So, like, why? Why the hell? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, what the heck? And then, it was just like, I don't know. And so she's saying like she's trying to make work for family. See, that's the problem right there too. If she's trying to make work for the sake of a child, whatever, let's see how long this engagement lasts, if it does. Not just straight for the worst, but I'm just saying, you seen all this turmoil just right on TV and it continuing on, right? So they happy ever after at the moment. And, but if she likes it, then she likes it, shit. So, we have it later on at the party. The reason why I'm fast forwarding because I wanted to make it separate about, the charity event and stuff, and the reunion between Kat coming back to Night Mag. And so they have another scene where they have it where Don and Ashley, come to the party later on after this charity event about to talk about. And basically like, hey, we announced, man, we getting married, woo woo woo. And Don even hugs, Charmaine a little bit with doing, she like, here's Charmaine to Ashley, like, hey. And that was that. But even then, in the confessionals, everybody's saying this cheering, but here you got Mariah in the confessionals. Like, well, I mean, it was good that he did that. It might have been a little too soon. But yeah. Then we got 4 saying like, well, he really got to bring it now because, marriage is totally different than, just any type of relationship. But it's like, it shouldn't have to take for him to be married or, about to be married in order to change for the better. You could have done that a little bit before then-ish, okay? So anyways, we have it where we, like they saying congrats, whatever, and then like I said, Danielle was like, Ashley needs to get her stuff together for like a zebra don't change her stripes, but oh well, that's on her. Just don't be complaining us next season. Like, I can't stand he keeps doing this and woo 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 and all this other stuff. Okay. And then you have to go back on the memory and watch. I think it was on the premiere. They were at the premiere stuff. But actually heard Don go in the room with Charmaine to go have sex. And then still was trying to have sex with her. So I'm just like, is she still looking at the episodes where he still kept trying to text her and all this other stuff, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But okay. So anyways, the last part I wanted to kind of talk about, like I said, Kat probably, thought it through, whatever. And they see that when they were talking about this event, it was to help out, like they were, Brian was trying to come out with an idea of having basically people trading guns for the tats. And, at least if we even get 1 or 2 and keep the guns away, that will help at least eliminate, keeping guns off the streets. You know what I mean? And so one way or the other, at least help out. Of course, Van and Ford are ready, to do the event, whatever. And, like I said, that's when Ford realized, like, wait a minute, we missing one person, we missing our little sister, well, we can't say Ford can say that's his little sister now, but you know what I'm getting. But because they always had some sexual chemistry build up, whatever. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that later on, unfortunately, they found out that they couldn't do, I think Ryan said they couldn't get the police backing up or whatever for it. They had another event similar to that, and then they got two rival gangs gonna shoot up and shit at the goddamn event. Hey, that's some bullshit. But Ryan thinks about another way where they can just charge where, they have, how you heard about sometimes these tattoo shops, they do this certain holidays or do certain events where they charge a discount amount on prices on certain tattoos or a certain thing. So he came up between not 15, but $50 to $100, $50 tattoos or $100 tattoos. And that will go to a charity, and ends up saying about the charity that his mom is a board member on, and it helps people who have lost loved ones, with the funeral costs, the medical examiners, police, just certain other things besides, to help with coping with losing a loved one. And, like I said, again, we're talking about this criminal, the criminal violence, the violence that is in, Chicago, is even, like Ryan said, which is true, like, they're killing everyone from, just women and children, just everybody, and not giving a damn, It was funny. Did y'all hear about the story? It was a Metro Detroit in Inkster, and that happened, year before last, and the Deuce and Revenge killing some sick ass motherfucker sat there and went, I think, and shot the daddy, and went and actually right in front of the dad, somebody shot his what was a 2-year-old baby in front of him. Some sick ass motherfucker. Anyways, I don't know, it just made me think about, like, how some people, a nigga ain't got no heart. Y'all remember from Spice One, from Menace to Society, that damn song? Some people don't. That's just some sad. Okay, back here. Sorry about that, y'all. So, anyways, basically, we're dealing with the gun violence issue, and like I said, the charity event was this tattoo event. Now, it still ended up being Van and Ford and Ryan doing tattoos. They were able to get $30,000, which was awesome towards this charity, and it was one lady that came there. That's Dawn. I think she's a crisis operator or something. I don't want to get her. Sorry if I got her title wrong. And she was talking, I think, to, like, majority of the the crew, 9-man crew, whatever, and about how she just got a call not too long ago, about a 7-year-old that was killed, and it was just sad. But she's like, it's sad, but she was just saying how it's wonderful, about this event. And also Ryan's mom had came, and they were talking as well about dealing with situations such as this, and also the loss of Nova, and I forgot what the baby, Nova's daughter was named, but got rest in heaven. We were just talking about dealing with the event, and you have Ryan's mom who was telling him, like, with, even though your sister is gone, you can be basically boys carrying on, like, helping out the missions, or people having the word, or bringing awareness to violence, or victims that are mourning, family members, not just victims' families that are affected, and friends who are affected by this issue. Because one of the issues was family violence, and the criminal, you could say, the criminal system, justice system, or what it's like to be black, or have a felony record and get caught, and how families involved or whatever. Like I said back earlier when Van was talking to Four, he was just like, if I'm going to try a jury, they're only going to see me, as a criminal anyway. They're not going to look at me as anything above that. So I'm basically, will be playing with his life. But it wasn't until I think the second part of the finale that he missed the rest of the 9-man crew. I guess Ford was kept that secret about him possibly deciding to take the plea deal, or possibly going to trial, him just thinking forward about it. But like I said, Ryan and his mom was talking, they were just crying, but she was just saying about giving voice. So Ryan had thought about it, about being a voice for the fact, for, that was just tragedy of his sister and his niece, but also the fact of, just being a voice in general, growing up in the neighborhood, in the community that he was, and coming up from that and surviving that. Because I think he said the day before he, before she died, is when she encouraged him to do the tattoos. And, the mom was like, yeah, because you were doing some stuff, you were at that time period. And she said 1 minute she was able to talk over, next minute, unfortunately, she was taken. So, the event is successful. Like I said, they had that party. Showed the video for, which I may look if I can find it, which I think I searched, and I might just do a quick review it quick, because it wasn't just uploaded, it said until yesterday. And, they were saying it was like, but he did, a video for his song Eat. So, like I said, that premiered at this party that they had, because they did, I think, like 16 hours worth of tattoos, and was on, probably Dunkin's Donuts or Starbucks coffee on that, just everything. But it turned out to be a successful event, and hopefully it helps people, which it was a good idea. And it was awesome to hear, that they were able to help out, contribute, and hopefully this may be something that catches on, So, other than that, like I said, one of the last portraits, like, had thought about it, and she decides when they're having this Nova party, majority of all NYMAG. But before that, let's go to Kat real quick. That the second scene, she has this evil look, like somehow she got to fight with an actual physical cat and scratch his face up, because she had that same mean ass look that she had during when she got into the dude. So she met up with Danielle Charmaine, right? And she just felt some type of way. She hasn't really seen him or anything since they got the altercation. She got into basically this big ass heated argument with them, and when she had left. And then she felt some type of way because when they were trying to explain about the boat party, and I think Charmaine was the first one bringing it up, she was like, you think I really want to hear about the boat thing and all this other stuff, or woo-woo, whatever, right? And Danielle kind of understood like she was coming from Lauren, because what we found out was that Kat was the one who brought both Danielle and Charmaine into NYMAG. But, she was just trying to say what was happening on the boat. They were talking about just what happened on the boat. But, Kat was already irritated. And so she felt like Charmaine didn't understand where the hell she was coming from, because she would feel like, like, where's y'all loyalty to me, whatever. And she felt like Charmaine didn't understand that she's all about partying, always being turned up, and Charmaine confessionals, and even, someone out there like, wait, I'm always turned up with yourself or whatever. But personally, y'all, what does y'all feel about, like, is a big deal that was a show of loyalty because they went to a boat party because she was saying about the heated argument and stuff, and woo, whatever, right? And, he, like I said, but they kind of had made it because, you still see them on Instagram, all three of them together, chilling, whatever. But she just felt some type of way about the loyalty thing, and she just felt like, but Ryan said supposedly he did invite her and she didn't come, and she just felt like that was backstabbing her by not going, by them going to the party and blah, blah, blah. And then, Charmaine's looking from this angle, shit, we still work there. What the hell? Like, what we supposed to do? Because your ass left, you gonna give me a check? And shit. That's pretty much all that was. But I'm just glad it was able to resolve. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Why? But anyways, so, like I said, I forgot to mention that when Kat and Ford were also talking, she was saying, like, why does Ryan feel this certain way about it? You were able, which was true, he feels some type of way where he's okay when you do your music, but he didn't come on stuff on top of your head like did mine. That's like saying what Ford was saying, how he looks at Kat as a little sister. So when they show Kat coming there, you're read hi, everybody at first was like, oh shit, whatever. Or that's how they had to, dramatic music playing in the background. So they end up showing later on that they talked and she, he realized like we all helped each other. He even learned things from her, and she's the strongest person on, as far as the business side. And, Kat just said, basically was misunderstanding. I did the best I could trying to help y'all. I know, with, trying to get y'all on this convention stuff or whatever. And so they basically come to terms where they understand and realize he was like, when I said you could leave, I didn't tell you could leave. Shit, I was just mad. And then she basically, they made up, and he realized like she wanted to come to NYMAG, and Ryan's like, of course you come back, not me. And so it was nice to see that they had, made up as far as like they had came back NYMAG. And like I said, that was the second to last scene before we seen Van turn himself in to, perform, the boot camp thing. So anyways, that was pretty much it, y'all. Sorry it wasn't really a, and also because it's 4 something in the morning. I ain't drink no tea, nothing like that to stay up. But, so, other than that, y'all, it's the end of the season. And so I definitely will see y'all, next season. I plan on reviewing the show. It wasn't that bad, it was a decent show. And we see we go from there. But anyway, y'all, yeah, Pleasant Week, Pleasant Night this weekend. Hugs and love. And I definitely see y'all next year. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, y'all take care.